We went into this geodemographic analysis, the arts audience development research, knowing that the Cultural Alliance members did meet monthly and work together, but there was sort of a trepidation, or what I thought might be a trepidation, in sharing databases, in talking about collaborative sorts of efforts, only because, you know, you get a little territorial about who your funders are and who your audiences are, and there's nervousness about sharing that. While we believe none of us is as smart as all of us, you know, when it comes to funding and database, it can be challenging. I was very pleased to see everybody open to Sorrel, giving her their database, including the two universities, one of which has a performing arts center and the other had a cultural series, but they were very open about it. It was quite exciting to hear the ideas that came once they did sit in the room together and collaborate, and that Sorrel's sort of led a "what's your vision of the community with your and your agency in the community," and everybody had kind of a shared vision, which I think was what Oprah calls an aha moment. So I think that was the biggest, that was the most excitement for me in terms of overcoming challenges. Some of the research that really rocked people back on their heels, I must say, is number one, many of our venues are in downtown York, and you would hear from everybody, oh, nobody wants to come downtown because it's not safe. And so we were using that as an excuse as to why people wouldn't come downtown, and how do you market to them and so forth. And one of the things we found in the community survey was people don't have that perception. People that have that perception are elderly and have lived here a long time. But the newcomers to York, and York County is the fastest growing county in Pennsylvania, did not have that perception. Were not afraid to come down. It did not feel that it was unsafe in downtown York. So that was really shocking. The other thing I think that was really shocking was this 36,000 households that had all the characteristics of our audience members, but we weren't talking to them. How is that possible? There's 36,000 people that none, not the Cultural Alliance or not its 9 members, had communication with. And I guess, you know, that was really eye-opening to people, because we were all looking towards Hertford County, which is in Maryland, to do our marketing to, and we found out that there's a great pocket of potential audience members and funders up in the northern part of the county, in New Cumberland area. So that was another kind of myth buster.
Joanne talked about the idea that people are afraid to come downtown, our ideas about the population. I think that really has held us back. There's a real perception that York is a very conservative community, and getting data like approximately 50% of the people in York County have not lived here for more than 10 years was really very powerful, because it said there may be half of the community that is very conservative, but there's this whole other half that's a great opportunity to market to. And we were kind of stuck in the, well, we've never done it that way, and the community doesn't want this. And it was really fantastic to see that we could be more creative with our programming, we could be more creative with our marketing. We didn't have to hold ourselves back, because I think the staffs always want to get creative with, well, let's try this, let's try that, let's do the latest thing, let's do the most, you know, revolutionary thing. That's our passion. We did a little bit. We had been moving in that direction, so it was good to be able to say to people, see, we're doing the right thing. But we have a little bit in our programming. We took our main stage program, which had been 5 shows, more populist shows, and took that down to 4, and took our studio series, which was our more experimental, more challenging series, took that from 3 up to 4. So we evened those 2 series out, because obviously there's a market for Pirates of Penzance or Man of La Mancha or Hello Dolly, but there's also a market for the Metamorphoses or Doubt or even the Vagina Monologues. So that was kind of to be able to make those changes that as artists, of course, we want to make those changes, and our actors and our musicians want to do those exciting shows, to be able to say to our boards, there is hard data that shows we can develop that market. We may not have seen that market yet, but it's there, and we can create it, and we can mine it, and we can develop relationships with those people. So that was really exciting, and we have acted on that a bit.